Welcome back to another Access Centre 2 video, and in today's video I'm back with another interview and I'm here with Harley Tucker. Harley, how are we?
Hi, I'm good. You?
I'm doing great, mate. Thank you very much for agreeing to do this.
Awesome, no worries.
Nice one,
Thank
nice.
you for having me on and everything.
Of course, of course. And so, am I right in saying you're a boxer who is just about to turn professional?
Yeah, I've just signed with a management team. So looking to go pro soon.
Okay, indeed. Okay, and so if you are new around here and you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do need like the video, and let's get straight into it. So, going to start off with the question which you always like to start off with. Why did you start boxing?
I started boxing originally as I was being bullied. It was a self-defense mechanism more than anything. And then a coach started talking to me saying, maybe I've got something there. So I started competing, and that's how I started, really.
Okay. No, I'm sure it's a similar story for a lot of kids, and so it's good to see you've stuck with it, of course. And so, do you remember what happened in your first amateur fight?
I was with one of the club's local legends, and he was in my corner along with one of my friends and coaches, Damien O'Reilly. And all I remember going into my first fight, the boxing legend just talked to me all the way over during the ring walk and everything. I wasn't even looking towards the ring, moonwalking towards the ring, just listening to what he had to say.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And so, did you end up winning that fight?
Yeah, I won it unanimous decision against a decent boxer from Birmingham, I believe.
Okay, and so starting off good, and so just to kind of link that to what you're kind of receiving from your coaches currently, when you are going to the ring and when you are fighting, how much do you kind of take away when you are fighting from the coaches? Like mid-round, are you hearing a lot, are you taking a lot away, or is it more you just kind of in the zone and then maybe in between rounds you might take more stuff away?
Yeah, I like adjusting during the fight. I think it's very good because I go in having a plan, and sometimes it needs to change. I've gone against smaller fighters that have fought at range when I thought they were going to come close. So I've gone back to the coaches in the second round, and they've said you have to change it up. I've listened to what they said, use the uppercuts, use the hooks instead, and it's worked, and it's won me the fight. So definitely I like listening to the coaches in between rounds, taking what they say.
Yeah, of course, that's a very important thing. It's good to hear you're utilising that. And just to carry on speaking a bit more about your amateurs, what was your biggest achievement from the amateurs?
I won the area. I'm not sure.
Okay.
There's one that I personally like, that I got an area belt. That's probably my favourite because I always wanted a belt. But my biggest title is I was national finalist. I lost split decision in the final, but that's probably the biggest title I have.
No, indeed, they're two big titles. And so, what is the belt you've got kindly placed behind you?
I have it on display. That's the under 75 18 area champion for home counties area.
Okay, and nice to see that you have got the belt out, and I'm being sure that your professional side of things you're going to be wanting to add to that collection, maybe get a bit of a bigger collection.
That's it, 100%. I've seen with the management team I've got, they have a lot of fighters that have the Southern Area Championship belt down in London. That's hopefully what I'm going to go for first.
Okay, that's good to hear. We'll speak a bit more about you now working with Goodwin Boxing in just a moment, but why have you decided to turn pro now?
I wanted to start off younger, so I can take my time a bit more. I didn't want to start off late and have to rush things. I thought if I start off early, I can take my time a bit more, have a few bouts, and then by the time most people turn pro, early 20s, I've already got some experience in profession.
Yeah, no, definitely, that's a smart move. And so I've seen you've got some amateur achievements, am I right, in like the middleweight, super middleweight division, and so what kind of weight division are you going to be wanting to step into?
I'm hoping to stay the same. I weigh about 70 kilos, 75 kilos, so I think I'm going to go middleweight probably, or super welter.
Yeah, course. Okay. I mean, you've got a long way really still to decide that. I mean, some fighters can take a long time to choose that, and of course you are young as well, so it's going to change throughout your career anyway, of course. Okay. Yep. Nice one. Okay. And so, of course, now you're working with Goodwin Boxing, and so how excited are you to be working with them?
I'm very excited. I remember I went to their place and I saw all the champions they've got on the wall. I thought, all right, they seem to know what they're doing, so I'm in good hands. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the opportunities that are going to come from their management. So I really can't wait, honestly.
Indeed, indeed. Good to hear that excitement. And so, I mean, all their fights are at your call, and so how kind of big of an achievement, I suppose, is it to be fighting at the kind of the British home of boxing?
That's it. Honestly, when I heard that I could be fighting in York Hall, I was very happy because I remember seeing Chantel Cameron in York Hall. All my family's down London, so they all know about it. When I said that I might have the opportunity in the future, they're all happy. Honestly, I can't wait. I love it. I love the two-tier system and everything.
Yeah, no, it's a great venue, and so just kind of as you are just going into your boxing career now and things are getting interesting for you, what would you say is your main motivation?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, to be honest. I just really wanted to. I've always wanted to go pro. I've always wanted to win. I'm just really competitive. I just want to be the best. I think at the moment that's it. It might change once I've started having a couple of fights, but at the moment I just want to be better than whoever I'm in the ring with, and that's what has happened. All amateur.
Yeah. No, of course, that's a good mindset to be going into with. And so, do you have a possible date of when you might be making your pro debut?
I've been told nothing's official yet. It's just the start and pullouts and everything in boxing. But I've been told September, hopefully. So I've got 4 or 5 months. Promote myself, get fit, fitter.
No, of course, and so kind of going into the professional side of things, of course, it is much different to the amateur side of things, more kind of, I suppose, boxing political wise, and so how big and how important is this fan base going to be for you coming over?
It definitely helps. It helps me get paid. It helps me get on shows. If I don't have people buying the tickets, I can't get on the shows. I can't fight. It doesn't matter if I'm good or bad at boxing. I have to sell tickets to get on the shows. So that's all it is really. Like, you could have the best boxer in the world, but he doesn't know anyone, doesn't promote himself, he won't fight.
Yeah, indeed, definitely. It's good to see that you know that already, just to make sure you do know that, and yeah, you seemingly do, so I like that. And so for anybody who might be coming to watch your pro debut and maybe didn't see you in the amateurs or anything, what would you say makes yourself interesting as a fighter?
I don't stop. I won't allow myself to lose. In an amateur fight, one of my best fights, one of my best performances, I had 5 bouts going in as a underdog against a boxer called Ronnie Nichols. He's a European champion, England boxer, multi-time national champion. And I went in with 5 bouts. I lost the bout split decision, but it was an all-out war from round 1. I just wouldn't let myself lose. I did, but split decision.
No, that's the kind of like dog's mentality, I suppose. And so is there any kind of fighter that you might kind of compare your style to?
I really like Bivol. I think he's just so clean. Everything he does is sharp, it's precise. And I really love that style of boxing. I think Usyk as well. Obviously, he's the southpaw, so he's a bit more awkward, but it's just that precision, sort of sharp boxing, and I really love it.
Definitely. And so would you kind of, just to, I suppose, big yourself up a little bit more, would you say that you have quite a high boxing IQ?
I would like, personally, I like to think so. I don't think I go in there and I just throw random shots hoping. Everything I do, I kind of try and set up or target certain areas if I know they're weaker for my opponent.
No, definitely, that's good to hear. It's good to hear. And so, I mean, you spoke about the kind of southern area with being in London, of course, and so just in general, how far do you believe you can go?
I hope that I can go all the way to world.
Yeah.
Well, I believe I can go. I believe I could get to world. But my goal for the time being, I want to get a British title. That's where I'm setting my mind on at the moment.
Yeah.
Area title and then British title.
Indeed. No, that kind of there's a of course very tough level opponents around there at the moment, and I'm sure you're kind of building your way up. I don't know how much you know about that kind of level of fighting. I believe the super middleweight British champion is that Dalton Smith currently.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I haven't followed it too
Okay.
closely.
Okay. No, I might be wrong myself, but of course it's going to be a very high level nonetheless, and so it's interesting to see that is of course are you kind of setting, I suppose, like kind of mini goals to then eventually reach that big goal?
That's it. It's just to be honest, my only goal at the moment is to win a fight in September. That's all I'm going for.
Yeah, of course. Great. Okay, well, I'll leave with this final question, which I always like to ask. You've got a little bit of a platform here. Would you like to shout anything out?
Yes, please. Underscore Harley underscore Turner on Instagram and Harley underscore T1606 on TikTok. That's all I really use. Thank you.
Okay, nice one. Well, thank you very much for doing this, mate. Maybe a little bit further along down the line when you're possibly fighting for area titles, we can come back and do a return interview.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely.
Nice one, great. Okay, and so if you are new around here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do need like video, and thanks for watching.